Hi, Andrew here. Today let's take a look at Pervy Partisan 55 grain soft point. We're going to fire it from an AR15.com 18-inch upper with a 1-in-7 twist into calibrated 10% ordnance gelatin. Let's head out to the range and take a look. Okay, so there's a really impressive temporary cavity here with no measurable neck. Essentially what amounts to instant expansion. The temporary cavity is about 8 inches by 5.5. The penetration is only 11.1 inches. There is a fair amount of fragmentation here, 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 and small pieces in the temporary cavity, but it looks like for the most part it held together. We'll get a weight retention measurement when we get back home. Okay, so the good news, it's a very short neck, huge temporary stretch cavity, and decent weight retention. And there's the but. The but is that it fell short of that 12-inch minimum penetration requirement set by the FBI for defensive purposes. Now, a lot of folks criticize that. They say, well, if even a big guy like me, big meaning fluffy, meaning disgusting fat body, is substantially less than 12 inches from front to back, then why do we need to go at least 12 inches? When 4 or 5 inches should be plenty to explode the heart. Well, that's absolutely true. And if defensive shootings involved a person standing motionless with their arms at their sides so that you could shoot them cleanly in the middle of the chest, you'd probably be right. But most people would call that situation murder. See, in a defensive shooting, bullets tend to travel through arms as the bad guy points a weapon at you or holds a bat or goes to strike another person. Bullets often impact the torso at an oblique angle because you've been knocked to the ground and you have to fire from a supine position. The FBI studied many shootings, and they found that bullets don't normally just hit the middle of the chest like you do on the square range. In studying the results of many thousands of actual real-world shootings, they found that bullets often have to pass through limbs or strike the torso at an oblique angle, and that means that they have to pass through a lot more tissue than they would if they struck the torso straight on. So yes, 12 inches is absolutely mandatory, and we'd like to see 14 to 16 inches. And 11 inches is, well, it's close, and it's not exactly a Nerf dart, but maybe not the best choice. Now, there's some limitations to this informal testing. It's not a statistically relevant sample size. I did use an 18-inch barrel, and that imparted a little extra velocity, and it's possible that if you used a 16-inch or 14.5-inch or 10.5-inch barrel, you might have less velocity, less expansion, and deeper penetration. So don't consider this to be the end-all be-all, and of course at greater range it might have better performance also. But overall, at least in this case, maybe not the very best choice for defensive use. Doesn't mean it's not a good choice for varmints, doesn't mean it's not a good choice for blasting at the range, but it's probably not a really good choice for defense out of an 18 or 20-inch barrel. I mentioned earlier that we shot it from an 18-inch ARFCOM upper. I don't know if you knew that ARFCOM has its own rifles, but it does. Head on over to the store and see what's in stock. If you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, even when you're wrong. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.